National mocks, something that everyone wants to know. What are national mocks? Who should take national mocks? What should you expect out of national mocks? Hi, my name is Dr. Amir Godil and I'm an expert at Team Meriters. And in this video, we are going to discuss about everything that you need to know about national mocks. Now, if you are a NEET aspirant, MDS aspirant, or an INI-CET aspirant taking the exams in the upcoming session, this video is for you. If you are new to your preparation, if you are just going to start your preparation, or if you are thorough with all the schedule that we've been providing, all the content that we've provided you so far, then you should start thinking about national mocks. As you know, there has been a change in the NEET exam pattern, MDS exam pattern, and we are expecting more structured exams with more sections and more time bound questions. There is going to be a lot of difference for the exam takers last year compared to this year. It is necessary for you to take the practice exam, mock exams from time to time to be able to understand how to manage time with NEET MDS exam or your INICT exams. So, how do you go about it? What is exactly these mocks? Each mock exam, which is conducted almost every weekend for a day or two, will have the exact number of questions as designated by the NEET MDS pattern. So you'll have, say, 200 questions structured into sections: general science questions and clinical questions, case-based questions, factual questions, everything in one exam distributed for all subjects, right? So if you are taking one mock at a time, you are actually looking at 200 questions from all different subjects and different topics. Now, if you've already watched our strategy videos, where we talk about all the different topics and map the questions to these topics and tell you what topics to focus on, we know exactly what are high yield topics, hot popular topics in NEET MDS exams. And this information is definitely reflected in our mock exams. So we try to take up as many popular concepts, factual data. We take all the previous year questions, some Q bank questions, questions from existing explanations that you've already read, and we add them to our national mocks, right? So that when you read these questions, it brings back the memory of you preparing them. It refreshes the concept, it introduces some new concepts that are useful, and it also reinforces your preparation. So it's like an additional layer by layer by layer of your preparation. Now, if you've not prepared anything so far, if you are new to the whole Meriters app, if you are new to this NEET MDS INI-CET exam, it is still required of you to take the national mocks. Why? Because when you read those questions, when you see these concepts, it kind of starts initiating a whole new process in your brain. It kind of gets you familiar to the whole system. It makes you more comfortable to approaching these exams because you know the questions now, you know what to expect, you can manage your time better, and you can strategize your preparation with few months of time in hand, right? And you need revision time. So what happens is, when you take a mock, say on the weekend, on a Saturday, you took a mock exam. In a few minutes after you finish your exam, you will receive an email on your registered address. And the best part is that these are generated with AI. Now, these results will have your score, and then you will have a whole detailed description of what your preparation strategy should be and how much percentage of your time you should dedicate for each subject. So suppose this month, if I was studying prosto, dental materials, and conservative, and I took the NEET and the national mock over the weekend, my target should be to see how well I perform in the subjects I prepared. The AI tool will help me understand if I was able to answer 60% questions correctly, 80% questions correctly, or all questions correctly. Then it will say that the remaining 20%, if you want to improve on that, the strategy should be so and so. So next week, when I'm preparing for another subject, say next week I'm going to prepare endodontics. So I'm going to also look at my preparation and my results from the past prepared subjects plus the new prepared subjects and then see the I recommendation. The AI recommendation will also look at the progress that you have shown over the past mock exams. Another very important thing I want to tell you is that all our previous year students who have taken NEET MDS exam or INI CET exams that we have spoken to, that we have interviewed, and I'm sure you've watched those interviews, they are available on YouTube as well. So you will see that all of them were very regular with national mocks. They would never miss the mock exams. And more so, they were very happy to let us know with the feedback that the AI tool has worked very well for all of them because they were able to dedicate specific amount of time for the preparation for each subject. And sometimes you may not want to look at a specific subject until the end of your preparation. You want to keep it for later. So with national mocks, what you can do is you can filter out those questions. You don't attempt them so that when you get an AI report, you will also see that it will tell you that you have not attempted so many questions. You have not prepared this topic, this subject, and it will keep reminding you after every mock exam. So, in my opinion, I think as a student, if I were in your place, I would definitely need something that channelizes my preparation, that kind of tells me, okay, now at this point of time, you need to do this. You need to do this much amount of preparation for this subject. And national marks can be very handy with that. Second of all, I need to let you all be very aware of the fact that because of the change in the NEET MDS pattern, because it is more structured, there will be limited access to questions to review for that specific amount of time. You will have, say, 40 questions, 45 minutes, and you cannot go back to those questions no matter what. That section will be locked. Okay. So, reviewing questions for later and coming back to questions for later, dealing with lengthy questions with this kind of a concept is a very tricky thing to do, and you can practice that. If you practice the same thing multiple times, you get the knack of it. Okay. So on the day of exam, if you have a very long prose, if you have a big question, if you have like a lot of images, x-rays, you will know how to read in between those lines. You will pick up those specific words, right? And you will be able to look at that question in a very different light. So that practice is something that comes when you take these mocks regularly. And thirdly, when you read the explanations after you finish the exam, so after you've taken the NEET, the mock exam, you will have the access to go back, look at the questions, look at the explanations, understand the explanations. You will find a few more concepts there. So you will be able to take down more notes from there and have a revision plan in mind. Because right now at this juncture, when you are almost halfway through the year, and if you want to know more about a specific topic, you need to be very resourceful. You need to have everything jotted down in your notebook, in your workbook. You need to have everything handy for revision because you need 2 to 3 revisions, right? And mocks will help you do that. So if you have taken mocks with us before, if you have not taken mocks with us before, if you are thinking about even slightly about taking the NEET MDS or the INI CET exam, I want you to enroll, register for national mocks, and take them with a lot of seriousness every single week. Don't skip mocks. Okay. Whatever your commitments may be, there is always enough time to dedicate to your preparation. Focus on the mocks, focus on the AI recommended guidelines. So, with that in mind, I am leaving this on you. Make sure you check out the links below, register for national mocks if you haven't, and I hope to see you fly out with good colors. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. All the best.